Hello, everyone. You're welcome to another session of Celebrity Corner. That corner where we bring you your top notch celebrities to have a one on one discussion with you, and where they get to tell you, bring you into their deeper kind of part of life, where they tell you the things you long to know about them, their career, their lifestyle, their family, their everything. And my name is Alubi Edwards, and today I have a wonderful, very good friend of long time standing. He is a top notch celebrity. He is a songwriter, he's a musician, he's a singer, he's a multi instrumentalist, he's a music producer, he's a businessman, a jolly good man. I call him SB. I am happy, and I know you are happy. Let's all welcome him. Welcome, SB.
Thank you, boss.
Good
Thank you,
to have
boss.
you.
Nice.
Really
My
been a
pleasure.
long time.
Maybe small thing.
Has it been like going 20, 15, 20 years?
I,
Probably.
I guess so. Must
Yes.
have been. It's been a long
Finally,
time. Yeah.
finally, you're here.
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you.
Thanks, boss.
I was trying to make a proper introduction of you.
Yeah.
I don't think I got it right. So maybe you should tell us who you are and how it has been.
Okay. Thank you. Good day. My name is XB. That popular XB you must have heard of in Sky B's album that year.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the XB right here. I'm a music producer, songwriter. Entertainment is my thing, strictly all round. So I've been in the game all this while and I'm still here doing my thing too.
Good to have you do your
Thanks,
thing.
boss. Thanks, boss.
So let's start. Where do you come from?
I'm an Akwa Ibomite,
Wow.
yes, but I was born and brought up here in this town, Port Harcourt, River State here. So most people don't know except I just say it that way.
And probably you should be speaking Ikwe by now.
I do try sometimes, but not my thing.
Not your thing.
Not my
Oh,
thing.
I am, I am,
Yeah.
I am pained to hear that.
Do I understand a little? Those
Okay.
normal, small ones, yeah.
Okay. So when I say maker, what would you say?
Normally, that one a normal thing there.
Oh, good to have you. Thank you, and
Thanks, boss.
maker dearly. You're welcome.
I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. I
So
appreciate it.
music. We can't be talking with SB without talking music.
Of course.
So how has it
Of
been
course.
with you? How did you start? How did it all start? And how did it all start?
Well, production and musically, in general, I started way back, way back. Can I recall back then after the secondary school age, I and Sky then we were like can't really call like tell our age then, but it was around 20, 206, 205, 206, stroke 207 at most. That was when we started music, like so. After school, then he recorded that album, that prayed for me album, and we did it together. The whole of that album. That was when we started about knowing much about songwriting and performances. Because by then they were calling us in some local shows. We attend local shows, we do all those things, and just like that. So I started getting familiar with the music thing, and studios and stuff. So with time, I got to understand how the studio operates basically, and the idea was just there, and it was like something I've been doing for ages. You understand? So I asked some questions from the few producers that were my friends then, and after secondary school, then I started seeing myself in some bigger studios. After we recorded that album then it was at Rose Rock Raleigh Studio.
Rolly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after then, I went for a program at Esut, Enugu State. That was when I discovered the other things of me about music. So I was in some studios with Dekomzi, Derek, Daye, and people like
Okay.
Jay Martins.
Okay.
Yeah. And there in New Evans, Enugu then. So I got to ask them questions about production. They taught me the little they could. I did some series of works with them too. But after then, when I came back to Takot, I now go back into production full time. So I have some friends who also taught me, like people like Chime, Tisne. He
Chimeti
gave me
snare.
some ideas about production, and Maxman too. So
Marksman.
yes, All those
Where
men,
is he now?
they are music gurus. Like Max is in Lagos.
Wow.
Yes.
Max,
So
man.
that was how I got the whole idea. So I started production on my thing. I started doing my own production, just basically to record my songs. And because I know the cost of production was high, I couldn't get my songs ready, and it's a whole lot of story, very long story. So to cut everything short, I had this zeal of doing my songs without me
Okay.
spending much.
Okay.
Because the cost of it, then you have to pay for section, you buy time, and it won't even be enough for you to get a song done.
Yeah.
So I understand that with my studio I can get all those things done. Like I'll take my time to do my songs and they will come out good. I don't really don't even want to talk about how many songs I've recorded. They were just whack because I was just running around to rush them and to do all those things. So after the Map Bay era, after that song came out, I remember some marketers were looking for me. They were like, "Do your own song and come."
Okay.
There was no sponsor, and there was no way I could do it because I was just a street boy. I don't even have full money to go to the studio to do all those things. So it took me time. So by the time I was ready, it was like it's a
Time had
man.
passed.
Time has passed, and they were giving me some other options that I couldn't even meet up with, like going to register songs in those Alaba mix and stuff, introducing me to marketers that will come down to talk about businesses. You extract so many contracts that I didn't even like.
Okay.
So that was how that era passed me by, and even Sky, my own person, didn't announce me. So people were like, they didn't even know much about me.
Okay.
Uh,
We will get to Sky.
okay.
All right. We will have some time to talk about that because that's what I haven't. I didn't remember to say that. There's been a huge controversy between SB, Sky B, and all of that. And I think by today, by this session, we'll be able to clear some of these gray areas, really. So now we've seen how it all started, where it's been, what has been like. You said part of the challenges basically was funds, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Funds. Okay. Now, apart from that, what other comes to mind when we want to talk about somebody growing in an in any industry? We want to talk about the challenges. The next thing is, what were your inspirations? What were those things? Who were those? What were things that inspired you as you were starting your journey?
As at then, I know we all had role models. Then we call them role models, those that inspired the career out of us and all those things. I had love for some foreign artists then, like people like Harcourt, yeah, and who again? I had love for this Usher and some hip hop songs. I had some mad love for people like Eminem, yeah, and 50 Cent,
Okay.
a whole lot of them. So
Okay.
those people, we grew in that with that mentality, with that idea of we wish to be like these
Yeah.
people. They were really pulling weights then, and that was just the major challenges affecting our career then was just the funds.
Okay.
It was just the fund.
The funds were
Yeah.
scarce.
You're scared.
Very, very scarce. And okay. Now we've seen how it all started, some of the challenges and some of the inspirations you had to push you to this level. Now you are where you are. How do you make up? What was your view about Port Harcourt's music industry? Where you've been?
Port Harcourt music industry. That's a whole lot of topic, a big topic altogether.
Yes, we must
Because
bring it down.
yeah, I grew up in this town, and at least I'm familiar with some, at least their lifestyles, the way they do their thing. Music basically in Port Harcourt was supposed to be. I don't think there's a phrase I can use or sentence I can use to qualify it. I don't think there should be any other states comparing or that can beat Port Harcourt music industry, or they are supposed to be above us for the look of things. I know people that were on the ground and working so hard, and people that are still working till now.
Okay.
So the major thing I think is our problem is, I said that with a reason, because if you go on the ground, you know there are so many talented artists.
Of course.
Yeah, out here in Port Harcourt.
Who
Yeah.
knew there was There was a Burna Boy
Yes,
hiding somewhere.
yes. All of a sudden they just pop up.
Yeah.
So and the greatest, the good thing about them is when they realize where they were and they understand that okay, this place is can still bring us down, they moved. So it happens to almost most of them. Timaya, the same thing.
Wait. It's just a, this place. Is this place stigmatized? Is there a stigma where this place brings them down?
That's where I'm going to. I was trying to like
Okay.
explain. I was like, I'm saying, the Harcourt industry, the artists, the musicians in here,
Okay.
we have this. Let me use we because I know how we behave.
Yeah.
We don't have this carry along spirit.
Okay.
Yes, that has been our major problem. This carry along spirit, like that one love, you can just easily commend or recommend someone to another person. That I have someone that can perform well in this your event. I have someone that can handle this part very well. This music line, this person is the most qualified artist.
Yeah.
They won't do all those things. That's our problem in Port Harcourt. And if they have chances to connect you to the next level, most of them won't.
Okay. Are you saying this like a blanket assertion, like a blanket, I mean, accusation, or do you have? I don't know. This is where this is a podcast where you say it as it is. You understand? So do you have an ugly experience you want to share?
Okay, I won't mention names, but there are so many things going on, and for the fact that at least the story we are going now, this one is clear.
Okay.
I'm talking about myself.
Yes.
So let me not mention the part of people that maybe they might not have been there to notice it themselves.
Okay.
But at least I know they understand better too.
Okay.
So my own very self, let me just take some things back. When Sky B got that level of got to that celebrity level, we all dreamt of.
Okay.
So there were all things coming in, the connections, the events, the shows, and everything. Those things were coming in. You understand? But how come nobody mentioned me? How come nobody? It took a long time for people to know they were just dancing to the sound of my voice. Like, let me just say, a couple of years back, that was when people started understanding. Oh, there's someone XB. Someone is talking about this song. There's XB. So what made them? What made my name to hide somehow? It was just the fact that Sky himself didn't mention me, didn't showcase me, didn't have that mindset of carrying me along. It has been going on the ground, but that was just another way of the thing coming up in open, like just like that, so that others will also see that okay, so now this kind of life people they live for, this people they live for here, and not only him too. There were other celebrities too that he didn't take along, and there are some too he took along, like based on their kind of relationship.
Okay. All right. Like I said, I have always known that I've always said or thought that we are going to talk much more on that this controversy, but I would not feign oblivion of some of the things that happened. I want to tell you, I haven't said this. I happen to be one of those you could call a friend.
Yes,
As
bro.
much as you've been my friend, so has Sky B been my friend.
Yeah.
And before I go into this, let's start from the cradle. Let's start from the basis. How did you meet Sky B?
Okay, I met Sky B at secondary school.
Okay.
Yeah, that one community secondary school at Shumaholi.
Yeah,
Down there.
Okurodo.
Okurodo
Okay.
Secondary School.
Incidentally,
Community, yes.
that used to be my office.
Okay,
opposite there.
yes, across, yeah, I
Yes.
remember. So that was where our friendship all started.
Okay.
Yeah, because I started my own school. I was at Ojim's College, my tree,
Okay.
from JS1 down to SS1 thereabout. That was when I
Went to Okurodo.
went to Coronado. Yeah, so I met Sky. Our relationship started there. We had almost same dream, so we team up together, and we like ourselves. So that was how we met, and we
So
just started.
you started out
thing.
as friends, as
Yes.
brothers,
Yes.
on both
Yes.
before the music thing.
before the music thing.
So we started out as friends
Exactly.
first. and then the music, you people found yourself to have the same
Same
vision,
dreams, yeah, and
same
ambition
dreams.
too, yeah.
Okay, and then you came up. How did you come up? Did you was SB supporting Sky B's career, or was it like there's a career, there's a duo? I don't know if you
I
understand.
understand you.
Was SB working to assist Sky B's career, or was there a group known as SB Sky B?
Okay, the group thing, there was actually a group, but it didn't start between. The group didn't just pop up.
Okay.
We formed the group, High and Sky. We started like together.
Okay.
Then, with time, other like minds, they were forcing themselves inside. They were like begging us to partake, to join. So we welcomed few members.
Okay.
So we're like up to 4. Later we grew to 6.
Okay.
That was how we were. We were like doing some demo albums. So we were working on a demo album precisely. Then at a point, we noticed they were on serious ones too in there,
Yeah.
and we decided to still move on without.
Both of you.
Yes.
Okay.
Without them. So let me say, okay, when they left, let's just say, okay, the group subsided.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was just it. So
Okay.
before
When they left, the group
Yes.
like died. a
died,
natural
so
death.
that was when we said, okay, the group thing is
It's over.
over. Let me just
Okay.
put it that way. But that didn't stop I and Sky to stop working.
So when it got to that point, when the group had gone,
Yeah.
it became Sky B and SB.
Yes.
Did they come back to say we're gonna maintain this group, or are they now on their individual basis but can help each other's career? I don't know if I'm making a point here.
Well, boss, to really explain this in a better way, I'll put it this way. We were too close. We were too close to a point that most of these things that we are reasoning here now about the group and not being group, as I explained earlier, that we started together
Okay.
before others came in.
Came in.
So it was like when they now left, though when they came, that was when they suggested this is a group, so let's have a name.
Okay. Okay. What was the name?
I've forgotten all those stuff. It was Emperor something, but we started with Emperor something. At the
Okay.
point, we still changed the name to another name.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So later we were just flowing like that. Then we knew then that not everyone is serious. So when they left, that was when we know we dropped those names. We don't move along with those names again.
Okay.
And so after then, we still go along because we were too close. We were these like minds.
Okay.
We didn't have. I don't think we have anything in mind then against each other. Like
Okay.
this guy if he betray me or so. So we were just moving.
Okay.
So even when we were still contemplating about making an album, you understand? It was like, how do we do it now? Before we contributed money.
Contributed.
Before, normally when the group was there,
Okay.
we do contributions, little contributions, then we go for a demo section. You understand? So now that they are not there again, so how do we do it? Because it was a big thing to us.
Okay.
How do we do it? It was like, you know me now, I no get money.
Okay.
How would So I said, man, anyhow you want to do it, let's put heads together. You understand? So
Okay.
all of a sudden, when he made up his mind, or when he knew that the time was right for him, he called me and he was like, he has money.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay.
So
okay.
he has money, let's do it. And most of those times, he would just go to the studio and book a section. There may not be a song, just go and book for a section. And you tell me, we have a section to do.
Okay.
So all I would just call him. I was say, okay, let's do something. We'll sit down, we rehearse on some free beats or some sounds. We get together, and then just like that, we go up to the studio. So before we know, we get something.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes we just go and get a beat and come back and walk towards the beats.
Okay.
So that was how those songs
It all started.
came to play.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, obviously, there was you people didn't have
Any sort of agreement stuff.
yes didn't have an
Agreement of any
agreement,
sort, yeah, we didn't.
and you also did not look at a bleak tomorrow. You did not see it like is by tomorrow there could be a
At all.
disagreement,
At all.
a form of betrayal and all of
At
that.
all. At all.
So you did not even, your mind did not even push you to have a concrete. Well, I'm saying all of this because sometimes it could be look like it was my song. He just came to vibe with me.
Yes.
He just came to chorus to do this thing with me. It's my song.
Yes.
He may have. I'm not speaking his mind, but I'm not speaking for him, brother. But
Yeah.
he may have had this in his mind.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get the basis before we get to the real thing. Now, fine. We've got to this place, and you started off as friends, as brothers, and you know. At what point did you start having issues?
Okay. If I can recall vividly, the issue started when the album was done. When the album was done, and he started having some little shows. Yeah.
Okay.
From the shows, I think he must have been to so many other shows that I didn't take note of.
Okay, you went to shows, he did not
He didn't
take
he
you
didn't-
along.
Yes. So at the point too, I'll see myself following him up, like trying to know which show, which event we have next or so. So at that point, as I told you, I wasn't that frequent in Port Harcourt because I was still running some programs. The program in Enugu then. So I was just coming and going, coming all those stuff. So anytime I notice there will be a show, I have so many friends around. So sometimes they hint me, they say, hey, when I get show somewhere today, you know go come, you know they're around. So at such a news, I'll just run in. So I'll get in town, then I'll ask him questions like, what's going on?
Yeah, I wanted to come there. As I wanted to
Yes.
say, did you ask him some of
Yes.
these things? Okay.
So most of the times, I understand he purposely didn't invite me.
Purposely did not invite
Yeah.
you.
So that was when I noticed some foul play is going on. But I didn't even worry about it. My vision and my dream was, oh God, let this thing just
Walk out.
work out. That was the basic thing that was in my mind. Because I didn't see any reason why I should start thinking of having money or that when the main vision, the main dream of that joy of we arriving at the top is not there. So I was like, God, help us, so let's just get there first.
Okay.
So we can iron things out. So all of a sudden, before I know, he shot the videos too. Before I knew that I heard he had sold the audio or he had sold the album. So I was like, play. That was still, I didn't call him to question him because we were still close. When I come around, when I see myself around him, I'll be like, he didn't call me in the other place. He didn't call me for here. He didn't call me for what happened. I remember sometimes he will be on stage performing. At the point, he will get so aggressive. He'll be like, why are they front? And I go back. He's supposed to stand for back, not be front.
Really?
Yeah, there were so many things going on.
So
But
many
I
things.
didn't read them on time. But at the point, I just concluded maybe he was just scared of some things. He was just scared of maybe I took so many parts in the songs. And he was like, maybe tomorrow I fit come shine pass him, or maybe they'll recognize me more than him because for sure I took the major parts in those his hit songs.
Yes. Yes.
But people paid deaf ears. They were just seeing this guy be himself there. So apart from being a group or not being a group, who wrote the song, who didn't write the song, I deserve some credit.
Now, who wrote the songs?
Now, the writing down of those songs, I can't give it to myself 100%.
Okay.
But definitely, just as I said,
You had a lot of contribution
yes,
to
I
it.
had a lot of contribution. We normally come down before going to the studio. So we jot things down together. And sometimes we bring up a sound. I'll be like this. Sometimes I remember sometimes you tell me, okay, this tune is fine, but why not use this word here? I'll say, okay, it's fine, we'll use it. Sometimes too, I'll tell him, this is your rap. Come on, this one, I'll put this one. You listen to me. That was how we came up with most of those things.
So basically, both of you should
Of course.
have full credit
Yes.
because it's
Just as what you heard, like he getting angry or feeling bad, like that I didn't attended his video.
partake in this video.
So the major question that's why sometimes I get upset. I'll be like, every day people call me for different kind of interviews to know about I and Sky. how we relate, what caused issues, why are we not together, why is this, why is that. People call every day to ask me. I haven't seen a media interview Sky before and he brought a matter up or they bring up a matter and ask him what's up between you and XB. I'm sorry to say this.
Okay.
So so most times they call me to ask questions, but none of them point this particular areas of this video majorly because they didn't see me in the video. There were a friend also of his that appeared in the video that tried to take my part. If you watch those videos,
Yeah.
he tried to take my part, but it was like still like something you are forcing yourself to do.
To
And
do.
it was so clear.
Yeah.
So they have to omit most of his part. And so, but still, the picture was there. People didn't care to ask questions. So this is the first time somebody really asked me a deeper one, like, why weren't you in the video? And thank God you heard from his side too. So most of the times when people ask me, normally I will just say he didn't invite me because that's the way of cutting the whole story short.
Sure. Okay.
And that's the truth of the matter. He didn't invite me.
Okay.
So, but the real explanation down there is actually I heard it was to shoot a video that period, which didn't come from him direct.
Okay.
I had to call him to be sure. So it was like yes. So I had to leave Enugu, come to Port Harcourt that period. I also have some people that want to see me that period too. I was still always busy in the studio. Just as you said, I was sometimes here, I may come around. Yeah, once they know I'm around, definitely I'll have calls to come and do some backups and stuff like that. So that period, basically for that video, I came back from Enugu to Port Harcourt.
Okay.
I was just around that period. So, and I was following him up and down. So they fixed a date for, how do they call it, audition. That was how they did it then. Yeah, it was supposed to be an audition for like 2 days.
Okay.
But it's not supposed to be like that in a music video.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Yes, but then I discovered then we were just starting. So even if the director can just come and tell you have to spend 1 week in a hotel, let's be sure of this. So that was the thing back then.
Yeah.
So and he played along. I heard they were on the audition for either 2 days or 3 days. So I came in on the 3rd day, which was supposed to be the last day. To cut the opening shots, I wasn't even recognized. Nobody even knew I was there. Apart from him, my guy. He was like, come and sit here. Just wait here.
Okay.
And what do I know? I was like, okay, when they need me, they will come for me.
Okay.
They were just busy running videos on, it wasn't really video, interviewing some dancers and some other people that were taking part. Nobody asked, okay, where is the XB? Okay, it should be a stone. Okay, and I wasn't familiar with anybody there apart from my guy's guy.
Okay.
So it was being the one, it was just the one that gets me there, and he was still ignoring me at the same time. I didn't get to ask much questions.
Okay.
So that was just the whole thing. So after that last day, he kept me in his house. I can still recall. I slept in his house while they were in the hotel. He was just coming and going. I found out it was just early in the morning, so I left to go and prepare. I just believe, okay, when I go, I'll come back, then we'll go together, we'll move together or something.
Yeah.
I arranged myself and I was like, I came back, I didn't see anybody. You understand?
When you came back to the house, you didn't see anybody?
Yes.
And nobody called you on phone to say we have moved?
So I tried to call him, he wasn't picking the call. I called. I had like a friend or two that was supposed to go with them, and I remember they were like trying to come through me to join.
Okay, yeah, that's okay.
So they were confused where they were. I was like, okay, let's wait for Sky B's call. He hasn't called me yet. Okay, you don't know the address. I don't know where. I was thinking maybe we are together this morning. We move together. So even the directors, and they didn't even care to ask the second man. I was there the last day. So I don't mean they asked or they were like, oh, they really know what's going on. At least they could have seen me that day, that evening. But they didn't, so they didn't see me. And I bet they didn't even know me. So recently I get to meet one or two of them. They were like, oh, now you be that XB. You understand?
Yeah.
So, but I knew all of them. Their faces, I couldn't even forget them. So
Did you know a lot of him?
yes.
Have you seen him around recently?
In fact, he came to my studio recently.
Ofem came to
Yes,
your studio
yes,
recently.
they came to do a
Emmanuel
live.
Ofem, did you come to Port Harcourt and you didn't come to me? We see in court.
So it was like he came to do a jingle. I was like looking at him. He said, "Guy, show the people like what's up?" He came with a friend, though, Mr. Robinson, that works with reading.
Yeah, Mr. Robinson. Yeah.
So in the process, I was just looking at him. I was like, I see, boss, your face is very, very familiar. Later, it rang and I picked it. I say, friend right now, I say yes. I was like, okay, maybe XB. Oh, now you be that XB. So I even told him I was in the audition last day that I came and I saw him. I even told him some activities that were going on and he was shocked. He said he didn't even believe I was there, that they all think I wasn't there. Okay. You understand? So because guys didn't give them any signal.
Yeah, to say yeah, he was actually supposed to.
Or I'm the one, I'm not the one. So they
Yes.
just doing their videos without me.
So, like all you have said so far, I personally would not want to conclude that Sky B, as much as he's like a brother to me, I would not conclude that he's such a vicious, wicked artist. Because I still remember when he was the number one artist from the East,
Yes.
he still had his mind to do duets, feature in some people's songs so that they too can blow. They too can, people like I remember him doing a remix with Timaya, I guess, and also with Duncan Mighty, and also a burgeoning artist of those days in Port Harcourt that is I don't know if you remember one Daddy T.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes, Daddy T too had a collabo with Sky B, and all of this was free of charge. So, would it be now that this person who does all of this could be this vicious? What do you think?
Well, I don't know if there will be a better way for me to come in and explain, but let me just put it this way. I think he has his own bad side, and he has a good role that he played too.
Okay.
Let me not paint him 100% not being transparent about helping everybody that you can help at ease. But because sometimes I see that there is this, either there is this interest or there is no interest at all, maybe mere fear of something that got him to that level of looking at me like I didn't need such connections
What
or
kind of
such
fear?
help. Because why I said that is because I did the album with him. So if there was anybody that was qualified, or if there was anybody that needed that first help or connection to be lifted alongside with him, it wasn't even supposed to be other people that he helped first.
Yes, it should have been you.
So it should have been me.
Yes.
Yes. And I was looking up to him to that level that I had to give him a lot of time, because I was thinking he knows definitely I have to come up with him. So I was just being patient and waiting. But all in vain. I wouldn't call him, but I know many of our superstars from Port Harcourt now that he also took along with him.
Yes, I remember even
Yes.
Duncan, I think after him,
Duncan, I don't want to
Duncan-
mention his name, but I remember he was one of those people that
the
also
marketer
called him.
also marketed Duncan,
And
marketed
even
Timaya.
Yes.
And I
can
think
recall.
that should have been either directly or
Yes.
indirectly through him.
Yes, that's what I heard, and he also used his mouth to say.
Okay.
So if he could do that, and he didn't have any interest, maybe he was just maybe the other side. That's what I said. Maybe he was just scared of something.
I wonder what that kind of
Yes,
scare
because
what
I
was-
really needed the help. I really needed the connection, even till today. Even though I've left a little level that I was then. Even now, he also still knew. He knows definitely I still need that connection.
Okay.
Which, if he can still play his own card well, those things are still there for him, because he was once there.
Yeah.
But he still won't even do it. He won't even mention my name. He won't talk about anything that regards to relate with us. So the bad side of it, I think he has a little thing to do about it too, or at least some questions to answer. And the good side of it, yes, he tried. He contributed in the
Growth of some other
of some
upcoming artists
Yes.
then. And incidentally, I don't know how many of them, but I still remember Duncan, I still remember Timaya. These ones have blown. They have excelled
Very well.
exceedingly
Very well.
in the industry. I don't know if okay, during his time, the likes of Omale, the likes of Burna Boy, the likes of what's this guy's name who used to be in Port Harcourt then, that is what's his name again, that has grown big now.
Okay.
Forgotten his name. So probably he may not have affected positively, in these other guys' lives,
Yeah.
but I still remember that he was also nice to some of these people. He was nice to me. He was nice to me because he did a job for me. He didn't ask me a
Okay.
dime.
Okay.
He always saw me like an elder brother. We speak the same language, come from the same local government, and all of that. But I am not here. We are not here to be sentimental. We are here to say it the way it is, without mincing words. So that is it. So now, what would he did a follow-up album
Yes.
after Pray for
Start
Me.
pray for me. Yeah.
He did a follow-up album.
Second album. That was
Yes.
War in Africa. That was the title of the album.
Okay, I can't remember.
Yeah.
So how would you rate that album?
That album was to me it wasn't okay. It wasn't the way it didn't come with the vibe people were expecting from him.
So what was the missing link? Have you ever thought about it?
The missing link. Well, best known to him. All I know is the first album we did it together. It came out good. Though there were some flaws which definitely it won't be 100%. At
Okay.
least people will say the lyrics wasn't that strong. People they always have something to complain about, and then it was then, not like now.
Okay.
So, but still, people were still enjoying the album.
Yeah.
So they enjoyed it to the fullest. Almost all the songs in the album was just hits. They were just
Yes.
hit all through.
Yes.
So, but when the second album came out, that War in Africa, he didn't care to carry me along. Didn't care to invite me or call me. You understand?
Would you say that you were the missing link?
Maybe oh,
Well. From
Maybe.
as a keen watcher from, all of these things happening, I could beat my chest to say that. Yeah. In fact, I told my artist that I had an artist there, and when I listened, he called me up. I think so. Skabi made me understand that his album had just come up, and I just picked up his CD, and I drove down to my office, and I called my then artist, Paul Ashima. We call him Daddy T.
yeah, remember that.
I played the music, and we listened to the music, and I asked Daddy T, what do you think about this song, this album? He said, well. He didn't really make a categorical statement on it, and I told him, I see the only missing link here is there's no Sky B without SB. I remember, if Daddy T watches this, Daddy T will remember me saying this. And I want to say that, you see, sometimes as an artist, as an upcoming artist, I'm not one, but I remember one of my lecturers said, once told me that I don't know, I can't define time, but I know what time is. I may not have been a very big artist, but I know what it takes. I've been there. I've been there in my own little way. And from that little experience I've got, I want to tell you that there could be a hook. You could have a hook. You may not know. You may not know where it's coming from. We knew P Square.
Yeah.
But today we know Paul Okoye and Mr. P. Oh, Rude Boy, sorry, and Mr. P.
Yes.
But I tell you, no matter what they do, no matter what they try to do, none of them will easily get to the height of P Square.
P Square.
Growing up, I knew about Mandatos. I was a big fan of Mandatos. He was one of my heroes these days. Victor Esiet and Peggy. I think Peggy died sometime. Sorry, condolences. I think she later died something. Peggy Imama. They were the Mandators. Okay. Yes, Victor did everything. Victor sang, Victor wrote, Victor did all of that. But Peggy used to dance with him in the music videos.
Yeah.
But when they got estranged, they went their separate ways. Peggy tried her hands on an album. It didn't work. Victor, who knew all of that, his albums did not go much as Mandator's. You know, you could go. Yes, Michael Jackson left his family band and became a world star. Yes, it does happen. But then Shakademos and Pliers, you know them.
Yeah.
They've been stuck together for years. This one can rap so well. This one has a serenous, melodious voice. They are combinations. That was what I saw between you and Sky B. Yes, you could rap, but you gave that melody, that singing melody. If I should advise, I would tell you that. Well, probably is after all of this controversy, probably the key is going back. You started out as friends, as brothers from different womb, and all of that. And I do not think making up would be so difficult, particularly if that making up, you could just try it. If that making up could just be spark that both of you need. You have just said it that he's got some of those connections, and you do need those connections. Probably you bury your ashes, and what do you think?
Well, just like I said before, I don't have any grudge or something with Sky, like any beef with him. I have strong love for him. Let me put it that way. Despite little differences, which I'm not still the cause of it.
Okay.
I'm open-minded. Like I'm just here. I've been here right from day one for him.
Yes.
So I believe I'm still here. So the part that is, it looks like maybe I have something, or is me trying to point out to him like what is
this is
going
where
on.
you went wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even till date, trust me, Sky haven't still answered those questions like, why did you do what you did?
Did you ask him? Have you asked him?
At some point, I knew I tried.
Did you ask him?
Yes.
Did you call him on phone, or you met him one-on-one?
I've met him one-on-one. I also called him on phone. You understand?
Do you think, from what you know about him and what you have seen him recently, how you have seen him recently, do you think he's carrying a big burden of guilt in his heart?
I don't really know, but apart from being guilty, I know he's having some challenges too, maybe financial problems. Not as he was before, that he is with him now, financially. Then apart from that, the guilt aspect of it, definitely is supposed to have this guilt inside of him, except he's not a human being.
I understand.
Yes. So even if, that's why sometimes I find it irrelevant to ask him questions, because I look at him like he's a grown-up man. He knows what's up. He knows what to do, the right thing and what not to do. So that point in time where we met, I gave him all my time to make sure he sees it that I'm transparent. So he still has the opportunity, or he still has to know that he should have the knowledge that I'm still there for him.
Okay.
Yes. So even at the point I was like, don't give up. Oh, I know you've been long, you dropped something. Did you try this way? I was trying to like still come in with ideas.
Okay.
Yes.
SB went from singing, backing up, singing, going to shows and all of that, and now SB is a music producer, has his own studio. How did that happen?
Yes. I explained before, I went through so many places based on the hustle and the career thing too. From our album thing back then, I and Sky B, I realized there were difficulties.
Okay.
Yes, there are a lot of challenges that
Yeah, I
upcoming
remember.
artists could face.
Yeah.
So I still had that in mind, that I wish I know I have these eyes of production.
It would have been better
Yes.
then
Yes.
than now.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now that SB has his own studio and is behind his console, doing a lot of things, what does Sky B do? Do you have any idea?
I don't know his whereabouts now, but I know he's still around. But I don't know his whereabouts. I don't know if he has any production ideas, or. But I heard him saying on an interview with Lucky the last time that he's a music producer.
Okay, he's also a producer.
That
now.
was what I heard from him.
Okay.
But I don't know if he really has the idea, or if he just had the primary idea though. But me, I'm into full-time production. I know I can handle all those things.
Okay.
So I'm fully into production. I'm also still doing my artistic thing, singing.
Okay.
Mm.
And you would know, I would want to also agree with you that all the time spent during those years, those struggling years, did not go in vain, because
Yes.
you have come to know a lot now.
Yes, sir.
Thanks to the experiences, good and bad experiences you had growing up. I truly, truly share your sentiment that what we need in Port Harcourt and in Nigeria and the world all over is love.
Yes.
He has said it all. We need love. Help where you should. Nobody. There's a saying that one man cannot carry elephant meat.
Yes, sir.
We need our collective
Efforts.
and love
Yes, boss.
to move the industry forward. We need each other. Why would it be? Why would he not post? Why would he not repost a friend's job? Why? Why would he not like a friend's job? Why would he not comment on a friend's job? Why? Because you think you're going to raise him? No, you are not. Yes, you are in a way, but without you, he can still grow. Let me tell you something before I wrap up. I had a guy who followed me.
Okay.
He followed me. I never knew, but he never commented on my job. I never knew. Then one day we met in a cyber cafe some time ago. He said, "Wow, Alobi, I've been following you. I look up to the next Monday." I had a series called Media Freak Monday.
Okay.
I was dropping short stories every other Monday. He said he was looking forward to the next Monday. But I never knew he was following me. Why? Because he felt sometimes they come to your DM to say a lot of things, but then no. And I'm telling you, don't come to my DM and praise my job. Go to comment section and say, let other people hear it.
Yes.
Don't come to my DM. You're not showing me love. So we should really, really uplift each other. That is how we can grow together.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm saying all of this. My friend and your celebrity for the day has told you. You have heard it, and I'm sharing his view, his sentiment that we need love, we need each other to grow. Thank you so much, SB.
Yes, boss.
It's good to have you.
My pleasure.
And to our fans, I still want to appeal that you extend that love by sharing, liking, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. And you'll be giving us the grids to go further and better. Thank you so much. I want to sign up from here. My name is Alobi Edwards. Bye-bye.